Before you start cutting and stitching a garment, make sure your fabric is needle ready. In threads number 184, April-May 2016, Daryl Lancaster explains that the first step is to straighten the fabric's grain. Straightening the grain means manipulating the fabric so its lengthwise yarns, the warp yarns, run perpendicular to its crosswise yarns, the weft yarns. If you don't straighten the grain, you may find that your finished garment hangs crookedly on the body or twists when you wear it. In a geometrically patterned fabric, you can even see that the garment is cut off grain. Start by establishing a clean cross grain end. If your fabric can be torn, tear it to make a straight end. Clip into one selvage, then tear across the fabric to the other selvage. The resulting edge follows a cross grain yarn. Some fabrics can't be torn easily. Instead, you can establish a cross grain edge by pulling a weft yarn. To do that, clip one selvage and fish out a single cross grain yarn. Pull it gently until the yarn breaks. Cut along the puckered line. Repeat this until you've cut across the fabric. This edge now follows a cross grain yarn, and your fabric is ready for the next step. Ideally, a woven fabric's straight grain and cross grain yarns should be at exact right angles, but often they're not. Textiles can be skewed during the manufacturing and finishing processes. In this gingham fabric, you can see this clearly. It wouldn't be as obvious in a solid color. If you can't see if your fabric is skewed, here's how to check. Fold it along the straight grain, aligning the selvages. Smooth it and remove all the ripples and wrinkles. Look at the cross grain ends. If they align perfectly, the fabric is on grain and you can begin your project. If they don't align and there's some offset, as we see here, you'll need to correct it. Here's how. Get a friend to help you with this, unless your fabric piece is small. Mark the short corners of the folded fabric. Now each of you grab a short corner and pull firmly. Refold the fabric, once again aligning the selvages. Check the cross grain edges. If they align now, you've straightened the grain. If not, repeat the process. Once you've straightened the grain, you're ready to pre-shrink the fabric and then to cut it. You won't want to skip this process when preparing to sew a garment. You'll be happy you took the time because your clothes will look and fit better.